Ecclesiastes 10:19. Money answereth all things. Money comes. A feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. Life can be full of questions, but money can have a lot of answers. Somebody say amen. Young man has found a good wife. You just heard this testimony. If not for the wisdom the young man applied in sowing his seed, young man has found a very good wife to marry. But no house yet. No source of income as such. He's not a bad person. It's just that the things are not as good as they should be for him yet. He cannot go to his father-in-law's house. And they say, where is the dowry? And they give him a list, and they can give people lists in Africa, plenty list. They gave him a very long list. And he said, father-in-law and mother-in-law, listen to this. Lekosto barakadagazidish. Lekita farata o kazagadaga lefrito sikashta. Leko berote fekido maratazagadishta. Jaro shako paparas. Do you know the meaning of that? It has monetary value. Interpret and value. And then they say, oh, you are welcome, son-in-law. That what you just spoke now is worth almost 5 million. It's more than the price, or it's more than the dowry. Take wife. Is that what they will do? Two things may happen. Number one, police. Number two, psychiatrist. They might find him police and find him psychiatrist to assess him. So it looks like there's a Chris man here who say he wants to marry person's daughter. Somebody say aloud amen. Money is so important that it affects our choices, and is so important and powerful that it answers. Somebody's in the hospital. God has not yet intervened for them. They needed kidney transplant or something. It's costing millions. And how many people know the number of people that have died because they couldn't afford money for medical intervention? Intervention surgery. Money answers. And finally, number 8, money affects our eternal destiny. It affects our eternal destiny. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10 to verse 12. 1 Timothy 6, 10 to 12. He said, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. They coveted after. They pierced themselves through. Luke 16, 19 to 27. I may not be able to read all of it. And the story of the rich man and Lazarus. The rich man found himself in hell. Not because he was rich. Lazarus found himself in heaven. Not because he was poor. Because he went to a very rich man's bosom in heaven called Abraham. So it wasn't poverty that had made him to go to heaven, and it wasn't rich wealth that made the man to go to hell. It was the character of the man. In front of the man's house, dogs licked the soul of a poor man to death. In the midst of plenty, this man, somebody died of hunger in front of the man's gate. Our behavior around money and our treatment of others with money can determine our eternal destiny. Behavior around money, treatment of others. Many people are in hell today because of money issues. Either they got plenty money and the money took them to hell, or they didn't have money and so they began to kill to get money, steal to get money, destroy people to get money. And that will never be your portion. Having said all of this, the pros and the cons, how necessary it is to have money and the kind of terrible things money can do to somebody if they are not careful. What should be our relationship with money? What should be the place of money in our lives? What should be our relationship with money? Number one, control money. But don't let money control you. Master money. Don't let money master you. Control money. Don't let money control you. Master money. Don't let money master you. Use money. Don't let money use you. Send money. Don't let money send you. Again, control money. Don't let money control you. Master money. Don't let money master you. Send money. Don't let money send you. Use money. Don't let money use you. The Bible said in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 23, it said that we have been bought with a price and we shall not be servants of men. If we are not to be servants of men, how much more shall we not be servants of money? Don't let money master you. Number two, what is our relationship with money? Worship God with money. Worship God with your money. But don't worship God and money. Because you can't worship God and worship money at the same time. You worship God with money, but don't worship God and money. You can worship God with your money, but you are not encouraged to worship God and money. What is the meaning of that? Money must never become your object of... Okay. Now, let me explain all of that. What I mean by worship God with money, but don't worship God and money. We saw it in Matthew 6:24, where we read already. He said, no man can serve two masters. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. What does it mean to worship God and worship money? What is the worship of money all about? Number one, that is, money must never become your object of worship. Second, money must never take the place of God in your life. Money must never become your object of worship. Money must never take the place of God in your life. Third, it means money must never come between you and your God. Money must never come between you and your God. Money must never come between you and your God. Fourth, you cannot give more commitment, devotion, and pursuit to money than you give to God. You cannot give more devotion, more commitment, more pursuit to money than you give to God. Do you know the meaning of that? You cannot be more committed to making money than you are committed to serving God. You cannot be more devoted to money matters than you are devoted to God. You cannot pursue money more than you are pursuing God. People wake up 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m. in some places to hit the road running looking for money. Question is, did they take any time to communicate with God before they hit that road looking for money? People counting money, pursuing money. I heard of a rich man who counted money and handled money until when he went to the hospital. The hospital said he was having hypoglycemia, low sugar, blood sugar in his blood, and summary is that he's hungry. He was so rich and so focused on money, he had no time to eat. The question is, when was the last time, like Jesus Christ, they say, come and eat? You say, no, I must be about I have meat to eat that you understand not. You are pursuing the cause of the kingdom to a point where you forgot to eat. I have experienced that plenty times. My wife will ask me, have you eaten? I say, I think so. You say, you mean you haven't eaten? I say, I think I have eaten. Then they will realize that the food is still there. One day he asked my driver, how about how is about daddy? I'm sure he has eaten. He said, no, he hasn't eaten. I said, I think I have eaten. The driver said, oh no, he has not really eaten. This is the food that was taken. It's still here and the bag is here. It wasn't that I planned to fast. I just was so busy with what I was doing that I didn't remember to eat. And I didn't feel hungry. This man's own was in the realm of money. Do you understand what I'm saying? When what? That is, Lord, may I not pursue anything under heaven that I am pursuing more than the way I pursue you. That is why money, I've sent people to their premature grave and some to eternity in hellfire. That will never be your portion. That was number 3. What is our relationship? Number 2, rather. You can worship God with your money, but don't worship God and money. Number 3. And I told you all the various situations where money. Yes, that's right. Number 3. Making money must never be the sole aim of existence. Making money. Where somebody's whole life, his objective for life is making money. Making money must not be the sole aim of existence, but making meaning on earth and making heaven at the end. Did you hear what I just said? Making money must not be the sole aim of our existence, but making meaning on the earth and making heaven at the end. That should be the sole aim of our existence. I want to make meaning with my life on earth, and I want to make heaven when my time on earth is over. God told Abraham, Genesis chapter 12, verse 2 and in verse 3, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. Thou shalt be a blessing. Listen to this. Money is not the end in itself. Money is the means to an end. Nobody eats money physically. You don't carry money and eat it. Money is not the end. Money must not be the end in itself. Money should be the means to the end. Making a difference is better than just making a living. Our lives on earth should not be centered on I'm just trying to make a living. We should try to make a difference, not just making a living. And let me say this. Being blessed